Hey, today on Kilted Guy videos, we're going to tackle the little issue of damaged corner bead. We're going to show you how to fix that right after this. Basically, you'll often just see a crack along this edge, and sometimes it'll flake off just in little bits and pieces. And what you do to fix these, they're not really overly hard if you've got some decent mudding skills, finishing skills. First thing I do is go along and just remove all this loose mud that's on here. I would only take off what's actually loose. You could probably strip the whole thing, but if it's not loose and cracking, there's not really any point. Then the next thing is to check and make sure it's all secure. So what I usually do is kind of go along and tap. And you can look at it closely too. And if it's loose, you'll tap it and that metal will move right there. If it does that, you need to secure it down a little bit. This one's actually fairly solid. And what you can do is just take a screw and run it in right along the edge. Just literally right along the edge. I usually try and go through the metal a little bit because it holds better. And don't go too far. If you drive screws too far into corner bead, you can actually bend it, warp it, and kind of make things worse. Then you might want to check with your knife like that to see if that screw's set deep enough. As long as your knife doesn't bounce across it, it's deep enough. You're just trying to lock it down a little bit. Okay, then what you might want to do is go along here and just kind of beld this a little bit. It's not super critical, I don't think, but it kind of helps the mud blend in a little bit better. So, and I'm going to use this 6-in-1. It's a little sturdier. It's good for scraping like that. Okay, once you've cleaned up all the corner like that, you cleaned off that edge, now the next step is I like to go ahead and tape this, and you probably can use mesh tape, but the main thing about mesh tape here is that it's a little thicker than what I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to recommend you use here is this product. It's this one right here. This is actually called Fibafuse, F-I-B-A-F-U-S-E. I've talked about this on my other video. I believe it was the one about mesh tape versus paper tape. And it's a good product, but I think it has its applications where it shines better and others where it doesn't do so good. It's basically a woven fiberglass. You can probably see through it. The mesh tape is woven fiberglass, but it's much coarser. It looks more like this. And this is very fine weave, and it's very thin. That's one of the things I like about it. It is really thin. I think it has really good strength, and the fact that the mud actually goes into it, not just on it and below it, I think that gives it some extra strength when it's in use. Okay, I got my 45-minute hot mud mixed up here, so let's go ahead and get this tape on here. Now what I would do is put this tape right out to the edge of the corner bead, because it's going to form a nice straight edge. We did that up here. And then just apply fairly firm pressure. Now when you put the mud on initially, just make sure you put plenty of mud on. This tape here, basically wipe it until it's fairly flattened out. And then what I'm going to do is turn around and put a little coat of mud on it. Let me get a little wider knife here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the first coat of mud on this. See, there's something right there. You see how it's making that cheddar mark? And I missed it right there. It appears to be a nail sticking out. Yep, one little bitty nail. That's what a bump on the wall, a little bump sticking out will do that too. And that's basically it. That's all we do on this coat. So we're going to let that set up. Then we'll come back and put a coat of regular all-purpose joint compound on it. And we'll go from there. What you're mainly trying to do on this coat here is not sand it perfectly smooth. You're trying to take off any high points that you left. This edge over here, don't worry about it. We're going to coat that whiter and make it go away. Now a chunk chipped off here this morning, so we'll just fill that in. When you're putting it on wide like this, you don't want to push real hard or you'll push out all the mud kind of out of the middle. It's kind of hard to show you, but that pushed out the mud in the middle, so lay your knife down a little bit more and that lets it put it on a little bit heavier. If you stand it up more, you'll wipe more out. But you only want to put it on thick enough to cover this edge barely. You don't want to try and build this unless you have to for some reason. So put it on, and then I like to clean off my edge. I'm only doing one side. If I was doing two, I wouldn't do it quite that way. And anytime you're cleaning off that edge, go in a sawing motion. So see how my knife is moving in as I go up? What that does is it helps to get my fingers out of it. It helps to more or less slice that off. If you just wipe, a lot of times you'll just push it right back over to the other side. So if you do this kind of slicing, you'll clean it off better without pushing it right back into the mud you're working on. So we got that rough on there. Now we're going to get some bubbles in this one. That's partly because it's painted underneath. We'll just fix those on the final touch-up step. Sometimes you can let it sit for a few minutes, come back and wipe it again, and those bubbles you see appearing there will go away. And you notice there are more to this side. That's where it's painted. That paint doesn't let the moisture get out so well, so it bubbles. But if you overwork it, you're just going to wipe everything off, so don't keep going over it. That's really about all you need to do for today. Then we'll sand it, scrape it. We'll do a real thin skim coat on it to fill in those bubbles, and then it's ready for texture. So we'll show you that next. Hey, you know, one of the secrets to doing quality work when you're doing your own drywall is quality tools. Now that's why I actually reached out to Level 5 last year and asked them for support of our channel, and they gladly agreed. They saw the kind of content that I'm putting out and they realized it fits in with the quality of their tools. So I want to let you guys know that I am an affiliate for Level 5. They're not paying me to say anything here. But if you decide to purchase anything, I do make about 5% on it. But get this, I'm going to be able to give you 10% off as an affiliate. You can't get that on Amazon. Now they have some really cool tools. They got everything from your basic hand tools. You can see mine have definitely been used. They're a little bit dirty right now, but not bad. These are stainless. They're not going to rust. They got all kinds of skim coating blades, including this. I believe it's a 30-inch model, all the way up through a full set of taping tools. So if you guys need any of this, I recommend them. I'll put a link down below to my website. That's where all my links are these days. Go to thatkiltedguy.com and you'll find the links to all this stuff and the discount code.